Maybe. There we go. Alright. I know you didn't see any of that. I promise I'll show you what I did. I just sewed it right down through there. I'm going to iron it open. Iron it open. Oh, I wanted to show you all my ring. So this is from a balm party, I think it was called. So I got it from a friend of mine, and she actually gave me a link and a discount code if any of you are interested in it. It's where they sell these like sort of like bath bombs, but they're not for your bath. They just fizz like a bath bomb. And then each one has jewelry inside. They have rings and you can pick your size. And then they have necklaces, earrings. I'm going to post a link to her website under this video if you're interested. She gave me a discount code. I think she said 10% off if you use the code YouTube. If it's something you're interested in, check it out. Okay, so now we're going to trim this down to the 5-inch square. To do that, we are going to line up our 2.5-inch dot and our lines down our seam. And actually the top there is pretty good. I'm going to come out a little small, but I'll just make it work. Now on this side, when we do it, we'll line up the 5-inch dot and the 5-inch line down here. And also still in the middle of the cross. Make sure they're all straight. So you're going to line up your 5-inch point and these two lines, and that should line up your 2.5-inch dot and these lines. So then we'll just trim that off. None up there. Yep, that was a little skinny. Okay, I am going to pause the video a minute. I'm going to trim this down. No, I'm not. I'm going to go get 2 more pieces and I'll sew that and I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about all that. I was just testing it. I couldn't find where it told me that. So now I'm going to pause it and I'll be right back. Actually, I'll show you what I'm going to do. So I had another square like that cut out, but I don't want to cut another one, so I'm just going to rip this. I'm not going to rip this. I'm going to seam rip this. And I'm going to use it. That way I don't have to cut another piece. There you go. Well, if I could get a hold of it. So now I'm going to sew this just right down there, and then I'll trim it. I'm not going to take you with me. It's a real quick stitch. I promise you know what you're doing if you've ever sewn anything. Alright. Now, we're just going to trim that off. I don't need that part. Put that in for my pillow. Iron this open to the black, even though we're not going to sew these together actually. These are going to go to different pieces. So this is our middle piece right here. This one. These two are going to go both above and below it. Like that. So to do that, we're going to take these 2 pieces. So out of this fabric I cut 2 3/4. Yeah, you could cut a little extra. I mean, if you're nervous about it, cut 3 inches. So do 3 inches by 12 inches and sew those strips together, and that should come out perfectly. These are a little bit big, but that's because we're going to sew these 2 pieces to it. Right here like this. These pieces are going to go here. So now I'm just going to go ahead and sew. I'm going to chain piece. So to do that, I put together as many as I can first, and then I move on to the next step. Instead of doing it like I usually do, where I lay it all out, or I sew all those separate blocks like these two together and then lay them all out, I'm going to do it a little bit differently. So these pieces are going to go on the outside like this, so you can get an idea of the whole thing. So, but now we're going to do this. We're going to spread it out a little. If you don't like this technique, go back to the other. I just want to try something new, see what you guys like. So we're going to just fold this over, and we're going to pin it. These pieces I only pin once. If you're new to it, pin as many times as you'd like. Line up the edges though. We're going to go ahead and do that. And then I'm also going to go ahead and fold this over, and I'm going to sew this piece together because I can. And actually, I'm going to sew it first, and then I'm going to come back and get this piece and sew to the other side when I get to the end of this. So I'm going to take you with me for this part. Let's switch our cameras here. All right. Ooh, bit of a mess. Let's line this back up. I had to work with my sewing machine here, so it's lined up a little differently than before. Also, I don't have my 1/4 inch foot on, so I'm just eyeballing it. But I do have this tape. This is diagonal seam tape. This is a different sewing machine. It's the same sewing machine. It's the same model, but it's a different one. I had a bit of an issue with the other one. Maybe I was using it too much. I don't know. I switched them out for the videos. This one had the seam tape on it, so I'm going to use it. And I'm just going to line it up right there. Right there, if you can see that. The line is right there on the blue line. So I'll sew down through there. Make sure it stays lined up on the edge. Alright, now we're going to do these two. Same way. We're going to put it in there, up here at the needle. But line it up back here. You can take the tape all the way to the needle. I just didn't do that because I was changing my bobbin a lot, and it was just in my way, to be quite honest. Right that through. Then the next one. Right. And then again, I'm going to come back to the front here. I'm going to chop this off. Open it up. Grab the other red piece and just pin it here. Well, I'm not going to pin it, but pretend like I did. I may have sewn that middle block a little, I may have trimmed it a little too small, but we're going to make it work anyway. I promise. Back over to the cutting area. Grab my ironing mat, my pressing mat, whatever you want to call it. Gonna iron these open to the red. See how it goes. And on the last video, you guys, I said I had 4 more Harry Potter blocks, but I lied. I don't know. I have 8 more. So this will make it 7 more. But I do have them all picked out. I just don't know where my math went on that. Alright. I do have them all picked out. Some of them are repeats from the Christmas quilt. The quilt along we did in December. But some of them are brand new. Okay, so now your middle piece is already ready. So now we just have to line up our other ones however you want them. This is sort of directional, but not really because they all go different ways. So we're not going to worry about it. We're just going to fold this over and pin. Oh, I thought that looked kind of small. Iron that open. Or unfolded, rather. There we go. But I want it to go like this. So we're going to just pin it. We're going to fold it open and pin this side. And it might, my seams aren't going to line up. I'll tell y'all right now. I already know it because my middle piece is a little small. Cut it at 3 if you're not sure. I think it was my sewing, though, to tell you the truth. I don't think it was my pinning or anything, or cutting. I think it was my sewing. Because it was a new machine and I don't think I lined it up with the tape. But if I was really worried about it, obviously I could take it back out, redo it, but I'm not worried about it. So now we're going to go back to the sewing machine and sew up all these seams. And again, we are going to line up the quarter inch. When you chain piece, you're just ready to go, which I love. So the crochet, yeah, I don't crochet on here. I do crochet, just not on here. The quilt along, the April piece, won't be until the last Sunday of this month. I'll post about it, but we are actually leaving for vacation tomorrow, and it is a little over a week we're going to be gone. So I'm going to prep some videos, but that won't be one of them. And I will do it when I get back. So it will be late, but it will be done. Which means I actually won't have a sneak peek of it either because I didn't make mine yet. It will be an Easter egg. When I show you the fabric, just know we're going to make an Easter egg. I just don't have it done yet. I got busy packing and, well, that was more important this week. Alright, we're just going to iron these open, and we're going to iron these to the middle because I ironed the other pieces to the red, and I need them to line up as best they can. I just ironed that wrong. You guys just let me do that. I literally even said I'm going to iron it to the red, or to the middle. I don't even know what I'm saying. Alright. And then we just have to sew our rows together. These are going together pretty quick. I think I'm still going to try to convince my son to let me do Harry Potter on the back of this quilt too. But we'll see. He's stubborn. He gets that from me. Okay, so there it is. We just have to put it together. So we just fold it down. Oh, these might line up. Yep, actually they might. We're going to pin our seams. Got 3 seams on this one because our middle one has a seam. So we're going to pin all of those. And I like to pin the end on these bigger pieces. Then we'll fold that up. Flip this over, and we're going to do here. We're going to start in the... I ironed that differently. Oh, we're just going to make it work. Pin it there. Pin it there. Well, we're here. We're going to go ahead and pin the end. Might line up. The end's lined up pretty good, so maybe I didn't do as bad as I thought. And pin it there. Now we'll head over and sew it up. And see what it looks like. switch it around. Since we already pinned our other side, we are ready to go. Make sure you pull this other piece out. You do not want to pin or sew it again. Oh, see, that one's a little off. It's okay, though. We'll make it up. I might get my little table and put on this one, though. I mean, I have one for this one, but just wasn't on it. Alright, snip it off. Let's go back over here. Let's iron it open. See, this side, I'm not sure how that happened because it lined up. This piece must have been cut a little bigger. It's okay, though. It's still going to keep him warm. He'll love it. Alright. Put that down a little bit right there. There you have it. What did I say it was called? It was called Sunset. So see, that one is a little off there, but I'll just trim it down. It'll be fine. 14.5 inches, I think. Or maybe that was the extra and I'll have to make it up. But whatever. Again, it'll be fine. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you make it and love it. I don't know how I messed up on that one. Really, I don't. But, again, it'll be alright. I can't wait to see it. Post pictures if you make it. Post them in the Facebook group. I love seeing them. And I will see y'all next time. Have a great day.